Hello, fellow Moodlers. In this video, I am going to show how to respond to students' papers using the feedback feature only, as opposed to grading and inserting a grade in the Moodle gradebook. We're going to read students' submitted work in an assignment, that is, and give them written feedback only. So then let's go to my Moodle course, the composing process, as I illustrate how to do that. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so here we are in the week 2 of the composing process, where at the bottom of week 2 we have the assignments that are due, and we're going to click into the chapter 1 summary assignment, and I'm going to use that assignment to illustrate how to first of all access students submitted work and go about marking their papers and giving them feedback comments. Okay, so you click on the assignment from the main page, and it will take you to the page with the assignment details. Whatever information you provided for students in relation to the assignment will be here. That's for students' purposes primarily. And then in this section here, you will see a summary of student submissions. So for my section of students that contains 67 participants, i.e. 67 students, this information here tells me that of the 67 of my students, 50 of them have submitted their assignments so far, and 48 of those submitted assignments are yet to be graded. And so then that gives you an overview of, at a glance, of your submission, your student submission status so far. And then here is a reflection of the assignment schedule or setting. And it says Wednesday, 26 August, that was the due date. But because we are still in the dropout period and some students are still joining the class or getting settled into the new paradigm of online instruction and all that stuff, I have decided to grant an extension to Wednesday, September 2nd. And so students know that the due date was Wednesday, August 26th, but that they have just for this assignment an extended date so that they could get settled in and everything. So here, that's just a reminder of the due date and if there is any extension or grace period for students to get in their work later. Good. All right, so in accessing students' submitted work from this page, the best thing to do is to click on the first purple button that says View All Submissions. But before we do that, I'm just going to illustrate what happens when you click on grade. So you click on the grade button if you want to go directly into the grading page and begin grading students' work. And let's just click on that. And then we're going to come back here and see what are the options available when you do click on View All Submissions. So let's take a peek at what happens on the grade page, what options are available there. And so good. So you're going to see here, this is the grading page or the grading area, and it presents to you in alphabetical order of the students list in your section of the course, the work submitted by the students. And so in ABC order, here you have the first student. And the wonderful thing about having students submit their assignments as PDF rather than a Word document is that Moodle automatically opens the PDF document on this grading page so that you are able to read from the PDF right here in this window, and then side by side you have the box for you to type your feedback comments right there. Good. If the student had submitted a Word document, you would see the Word file here. You would have to download the document and then read it, click on it, open it, read it. And that might be an option that you find you prefer for different reasons. But for right now, the most convenient way and the way I'm going to illustrate in this video is to take advantage of the PDF so that you're able to read right here and then type in your comments right there for each student. And then when you want to advance to the next student, you just use the right arrow here. You have the arrows that take you back and forth in the students list. If you're done grading Carlos's paper, then you advance and you go to the next student. You got to say save and continue, of course, and so on, right? So you come to this area when you want to directly go ahead and start grading. However, I want to show first what options are available when we select the view all submissions. All right, so let's click on that button. And you will see that when you click on the view all submissions, it takes you to a listing of your student submissions so that you are able to tell on this page which students have already at a glance now, which of your students have already submitted and who has yet to submit. So as you can see, this student here, her note says assignment is overdue by 2 days, and you will see that for all of the students who haven't yet submitted. And so if you need to prompt those students who have not yet submitted, find out what's going on, then right from here you can click on the student's name and send the student a message, or go into your email, whichever communication option you prefer to contact students, right? So this page is very useful that you stop in at this page first so that you can, before you start grading, you might want to see what overall the class's submission status is, who needs to be reminded or to checked on, and whose work is already there and you want to encourage and congratulate. On this page also, you have the option of, if you need to give an extension on the assignment individually to one or more students, then this edit button right to the right of the grade button gives you that option and a few other options, right? So you click on that and you see you have 3 options there. The one says update grade if you want to change that particular student's grade, if you want to prevent that student from submitting or making any changes, and most importantly, you're probably going to use this one most often, from time to time at least, grant extension. So this little edit button right beside the grade button is where you click in order to grant students individual extensions, and the calendar is going to come up and allow you to click in the new date that you're giving that particular student. Good. And then from this page, of course, once you have surveyed student submissions or whatever else you want to do on this page, once you're ready to start grading, then you click on the grade button for the student to grade the student who you want to start with. Good. So before we start grading, a couple more very important options that are available on this page, and right here is where those options are available. So you click for the drop down menu in this box that says grading action, and let's see what options are available here. You see it gives you the option to download all submissions. That is a very handy and a very important option. When you click on download all submissions, then Moodle is going to download all of the submissions. In this case, it's PDFs, because that's the way the assignments are set up, so that students are forced to submit PDFs. So when you click download all submissions, all of the students in your sections submitted PDF files are going to be downloaded in a zip folder. And why that is useful for you to do it and to have that folders downloaded is so that you can have it saved on your computer just in case while you're grading or when you get ready to grade, Moodle is down for whatever reason. Then you will be able to access the downloaded students' papers off your computer. So let's just quickly see how that works. Click all submissions, and depending on your internet speed, the download is happening right here. You see the zip folder. That zip folder is automatically saved in your download folder that is usually on the desktop of your computer. And so I'll show you that right now. Here's my download folder. And right there you see I already had it downloaded before, but there is the zip file with all of your students, and there you are. Each one of these subfolders contains all of my students submitted work in their PDF. And so normally I would go ahead and I would save this zip folder into the folder that I have reserved for this assignment in organizing my files on my computer. Good. So then let's go back to that page and see another thing that you're able to do from this page. Let's click that again, is to view the gradebook. When you view the gradebook, it will take you to the list of all of your students, and you'll be able to see what grades you have already inputted for those assignments that are graded assignments. The gradebook is there. We haven't yet entered any grades, so that's nothing is in there, but just know that this is where you click in the future to have an overview of all of your students' grades that you have inputted in Moodle so far at one glance. All students names on the one page. And then this option that says upload multiple feedback files in a zip. To be honest with you, I've never experimented with that. One of these days I will see what that is all about, but I've never had the need for that as yet. Good. For now, though, those are just the two main things I wanted to show on this page: how to download all of your students' submissions for that particular assignment so that you can have them saved in a zip folder on your computer, as well as to demonstrate where to view the gradebook for your students. All right. And so then I'm going to go back to the main page just to illustrate again. I'm trying to be a good teacher here, how to get to this page and how to start grading students' papers. So let's just go back to the main course page, and we're scrolling down to week 2, so that you can get ready to start grading that assignment. And so we find it here under the course assessment label for week 2. Click chapter 1 summary, because that is the assignment we're going to start grading. And then you scroll down, you'll see a quick look at how many students are in your group, how many have submitted so far. And if you've already started grading, this will remind you of how many are left to be graded by you. Good. So now you're ready to start grading. So we're just going to click on grade. And here we are looking at your first students in ABC Other, your first students paper, and you can just go ahead and read. And here in this PDF file that's showing in this window, you will notice that Moodle reveals the student's paper only one page at a time. And so in order to advance from one page to the next, you use these buttons here to go back and forward. So this student's paper has three pages, and so you just click to go to page 2. And I guess his page 3 is okay. Good. So so you can read his work right here, and then whatever. This illustration is for instances in which you're not giving a grade to the student, because you will notice that there is not a little box. Ordinarily, if the assignment was set up for a grade as a graded assignment, then there would be a little blank box somewhere around here that says grade, and you would type the student's grade in there. In the next video, when I illustrate how to grade a graded assignment, how to respond to students' graded assignments, then I will show you how to do that. But this demonstration is for assignments that are to be responded to. You're going to give students feedback and maybe even a bonus point, but the point is not going to be entered into the student's gradebook or gradebook. Yes, the Moodle gradebook. So all you're interested in doing, all you want to do is to give written feedback to the student, and so this feedback comments box is where you're going to do that and just type in your comments. So so let's just pantomime that. Say I have read Carlos's summary, and I think this particular assignment for us in the composing process is the reading of the chapter is mandatory, but students are given an option to write a detailed summary, an outline summary of the chapter. So we deem this an additional exercise, and so those students who do a good job of it can earn 1 bonus point. So let's say, for argument's sake, that Carlos did a very good job, and you deem that once you've read his work here, then you just go ahead and type a note to Carlos. Great work, Carlos. Carlos, da 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 da, whatever else you want to say to him. It's not going to be detailed. You have earned a bonus point, because that's all you want for him to know at that point, right? And you're going to enter the bonus point in your Excel grade sheet, but not in this Moodle grade sheet. And so once you're done typing what you have to type, then you're done pretty much, because here we're only giving feedback comments. And so then in order to save, always remember to save everything. Near the bottom of the page here, you will click Save Changes, or if you want to advance to the next student's paper, then you will click Save and Show Next. If you made some kind of error and you want to reverse everything that you've just done before, rather than saving, then you can select Reset, right? But we're going to practice Save and Show Next. However, it's very important that we notice what's going on down here. You notice that there is a note that says Notify Students, and a box is checked off. That is because as soon as you're done grading and you save changes or save and show next, the student is going to get a notification automatically from Moodle that that his paper has been graded, and they can check it out. But if you do not want that student to be notified, as is the case right now, because I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes and I'm not really grading Carlos's paper, then you want to always make sure that you uncheck the box that says Notify Students, so that you do not unduly disturb the student's peace by sending him a notification that's blank or that doesn't make sense to him, right? So I uncheck the Notify Students box there, and then so that when I say Save and Show Next, poor Carlos is not unduly alerted. So let's click Save and Show Next, and you will see that it will tell you that the work has been saved. It's good to thank you, Moodle, for confirming that, and then you just click OK, so that that confirmation box is gone. And so now it takes you to the next student's paper, and then you go ahead and do the same thing. Right? So that's pretty much how you go about responding to students' submitted work in an assignment on Moodle when you do not intend to assign an actual grade, but you just want to give a comment. In the next video, I am going to demonstrate how to how to grade a forum, and then I believe in the video that follows that, how to grade a student submission that is to be graded, an assignment on Moodle that is set up for a grade to be entered in the grade book. So thank you so very much for tuning in. See you next time.